Hey, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. This is Drew, aka Booty Sweat, and we are going to be continuing in this video with some custom variation options for characters. This time we're going to be covering one of the new characters, and in my opinion, the coolest of the new characters from Combat Pack 3, and that is Rain. So we're going to just go over some basic ideas for his custom variations, and hopefully it'll give you guys a starting point. Again, this is for people who are kind of coming into it fresh, maybe haven't really labbed a lot or aren't really super experienced. Either way, I hope that it can provide some value and some guidance a little bit and help you guys get started. So without further ado, let's start with Rain. Okay, now before we get into this first variation, I kind of want to go over a couple of things that you might need to keep in mind while playing as Rain. Rain is not particularly the easiest character in this game to play as, in my opinion. I think if you really want to maximize his effectiveness, you're going to have to understand his movement, which is very, very fast. If you see this front dash, it's really fast. But you're going to want to understand a technique in this game called wave dashing. And that is not as in his wave dash ability, which is an entirely different thing than what I'm talking about. That's banned from competitive play, so we're not even going to touch on that. But what I'm talking about is the actual tech of wave dashing. So how you do that is basically you double tap forward so that you dash, and then you immediately hit the block button and then immediately start alternating between the two like this. Now I'm doing it very slow just so you have a general idea. If you see on the left hand side there, you see what my inputs are. They're like that, but you want to do it fast, and the timing is different for every character. You're going to have to get in practice mode and just try it out, but I want you to see this. Let me reset this so you can see a little better. Check this out. So I'm going to go ahead and dash towards Sub-Zero and see how long this takes me to get there. Okay, still pretty quick because he has a really good front dash, but now watch what it is when I wave dash. See how fast that was? So it was really quick, and you see I even mess it up there at the end. If you do it properly, you should never even see him raise his glove like this in a blocking position. He should just dash really quickly and never do that. So if you get the timing down correctly, you'll be able to do these really fast little dashes like that. I'm messing it up, but with enough practice, you can get it down. And so it's really a fast way to move across the screen, and it's going to be necessary to really take advantage of some of Rain's movement. It's really not that hard to do. It is kind of advanced tech, but if you practice at it for 15 minutes, you can really get the timing down, and then just kind of make sure you refresh yourself every once in a while. But I wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way. I think that probably is one of the things that makes Rain a pretty technical character, because you can get really good combos by wave dashing. So you want to learn how to do it for sure. But yeah, don't stress yourself out with it. You can still play him on a basic level, just if you really want to take advantage of his movement, because his wave dash is just insane in this game. It's crazy. Now, the other really interesting thing about this variation is I'm seeing a lot of people online disparaging the lightning ability. And I saw recently some more professional level players kind of detailing it, and so I am honestly stealing a lot of this, to be honest, and I'm gonna put a link in the description to a video by Ketchup of Ketchup and Mustard fame, if you know who they are. If not, I highly recommend their content. Ketchup has a video recently from a few days ago where he really details why the lightning move is really good, even though there's a lot of people saying online that it's not that good. And so a lot of people are saying it's not worth 2 slots, it's not good enough to be worth 2 slots, it's too slow to be useful, all of that kind of stuff. He really goes in depth of the practical applications. I'm going to go over them a little bit here as well, just in case you don't want to click over there. If you do click over there, make sure you do it after this video, because I am going to go over some other stuff that you will need to know besides the lightning stuff. So, alright, so I have set Sub-Zero to block everything, as you can see. So I just kind of want him to block, just so you can see how incredibly plus on block this move is. Well, if it actually hits him. So it is plus 52 on block. That means you can use it, and if he has to block it, you can really get in and do whatever you want. You can come in and pressure with a throw. You can pressure with just additional buttons. You know, whatever it is you want to do, you could basically do. I think the amplified version is even more plus on block. So yeah, it's plus 67 on block, which is really, really plus. And again, this is the kind of situation where Rain's wave dash will really come in handy because it'll let you get in a lot faster than his regular dash. And really let you put that pressure on. So a cool thing about this ability also is that it can really let you put pressure on the opponent after a knockdown. So say you knock them down with this kick move, that puts them far enough away that if you go ahead and put out a lightning bolt from there, they'll basically have to eat it, right? I mean, it's so gonna get in the way of them approaching, and it's gonna be so plus on block that it's really gonna help you pressure them afterwards. So say you do get one of these combos and you knock them away, well then you can get this out and it will really, really pressure them. They're gonna have to block that. They're not really gonna have time to do anything else. If they dash at you, you can do, I did a far one there, you can do a medium one. Well. And it kind of puts it right in the way. You can amplify it for additional plus frames. See, that was plus 67 on block, and if you do it from really far away, you know, you can use his unbelievable wave dash to really get in there. So really you want to practice that wave dash. I'm not super down with his because again, it's different for every character. I've still got to practice with his some. But you really want to get it down because you can get across the screen after pressuring with this lightning bolt and it being plus 67 or plus 52 on block. I mean, you're going to be able to get in and poke. You're going to be able to throw in a throw. His mid starter is this back 2-1 combo that you can cancel in anything. That's a 10 frame startup for a mid, which is really good. And then of course, you know, you can do whatever you want off of that. So yeah, there's just a ton of practical applications to this move. It really, in my opinion, makes Rain's pressure really good, and that's not an opinion that I created or that is exclusive to me. A lot of pro players and high-level players are figuring that out. And so really, if you want to play this high-pressure game and you really want to take away a lot of your opponent's defensive options, if they try to do wake-up attacks, they'll get hit by the lightning. If they try to do rolls or whatever, then you can, you know, kind of be ready for that. If they did a breakaway and then you use the lightning, like if you know they're going to break away, like this for instance. As you can see there, that is instant pressure. So even if they break away, you're right back in their face, doing some serious damage to them. Also keep in mind as well, you've got 2 crushing blow throws with Rain, so his throw mix-ups are going to be really good as well. So really, it's just going to be a lot of pressure that you're going to be able to do. And yeah, for even more in-depth information on how to effectively use the lightning ability, then check out that link I have in the description to Ketchup's video of him detailing the rest. The other move we have equipped in this variation is Tidal Wave. Now, this is a move that I have kind of been messing with on my own, and for every variation that I want to use seriously, I'm thinking I'm going to use this. As you can see, it's minus 20 on block, so it is super punishable, but it is also, you're able to amp it to make you safe. So I just like it. You can see that makes you minus 8, which is technically punishable by some mids, but it's going to be hard for your opponent to hit you at this range. So it has just enough pushback that if you use it at the end of a string, you're going to be able to stay safe as a result. So say your opponent's blocking and you want to remain safe at the end of a block string, then, you know, throw in the amp Tidal Wave and you'll be able to remain safe. So I think this move is actually also really good in terms of being effective as a weapon at the end of block strings, especially with the lightning ability. It can really get you some good setups with lightning. So say you want to use it at the end of a block, or not a block string, but at the end of a combo so that you can get a little bit of space and set up your lightning pressure. It's really good for doing that. So that's basically it for this variation. Now, one more thing I wanted to mention is I'm probably not going to be using the little quantum portal move that Rain has because it does replace Argus Plunge, which is this move. And this move is Rain's his armor breaker. So I don't really see a good reason to not have it on any variation. If you get them with the geyser kick into a combo, you're gonna want that armor breaker. So I probably won't be running any variations that don't have Argus Plunge in them, but I don't know, leave down in the comments if you find a different usage for the kind of the weird portal move that maybe is even better than having an armor breaker. Before we get into variation 2, I just want to quickly say, if you are getting enjoyment or value out of this, if this is helping you at all, really make sure you like and subscribe for more of this kind of content. It's going to be coming. I'm going to do far more mini characters. And also, Rain was really difficult to make because he's kind of a difficult character overall. So it would really help me out if you'd at least like the video, leave a comment, do something like that. Just engage with me a little bit just to help me out if you are appreciating this video. Anyway, let's keep going. Alright, for Rain's second variation, we've kept the little tidal wave move, so we're not going to talk too much about that, but we're going to talk about his other 2-slot move, which is the water ball. You see, that is a high-hitting projectile that does have a knockdown, but you can amplify it and do all kinds of cool stuff with it. So if you amplify it and you don't press anything, then Rain will kind of bring them close to him, and you can combo off of that. In addition, you can hold back and he'll do them even further. So if you're further away, you know, and you want to combo and you hit him with this, you know, then you'll be able to. If you amplify it and then hit down, he'll actually launch them by slamming them into the ground, which will let you get a little combo. And last but not least, certainly not least, again, this will take advantage of Rain's really good wave dash. So you can amplify it and send them backwards, and it'll actually restand them and leave them, I think, plus 53 on hit. It'll leave you plus 53 on hit. So let's say you get them and you send them backwards. Hit advantage is 53. You can see down in the bottom left. So that leaves you plus 53 on block, which means, again, you get enormous amounts of pressure. You can pretty much go into whatever you want. Even if they're at long range and you still want to do it, you can still get in and apply pressure as long as you take advantage of Rain's wave dash. That sort of thing. Now, another really cool thing about this move is that it actually doesn't amplify if your opponent blocks it. So really, you can just kind of mash out amplify every time you use it, and if it hits, it'll amplify, and if it doesn't, it won't. So you're not going to waste any meter. The move is decently fast. You see it comes out 17 frame startup, which is not the fastest projectile of all time, but it's really not slow at all. So really, you can throw this move out in neutral and just amplify it, and if they get hit by it, you can bring them in for a full combo or restand them. If they block it, nothing happens. So it's a pretty cool little utility aspect of it. And also, like a dingus, I almost forgot that you can actually also amplify this move upward, which also offers you additional combo opportunities. So here's just a few of the different things that you can do with the different amplified water ball. Okay, so the third variation that we're going to look at actually replaces the other two moves, that being the water ball and the lightning. And instead, we're going to be using these two moves. One of them is called Hydro Boost, I think. One where he jumps up in the air to amplify it, and it's a little faster. but it's a really, really fast move that can, I think, probably catch some people off guard. It is a mid, and it does hit from pretty good range. So the main thing about it is it is really negative on block. So it is very, very, very punishable. I think it's like -27 or something. But the thing about it is it hits pretty far away. So yeah, if you just throw it out in their face and they block it, you're gonna get blown up. But if you're like back here, you can actually, you know, kind of harass them from a pretty good distance away. And if they block it even, they're gonna have a hard time punishing because the pushback and the distance is such that it's just gonna be tough for them to do. Now, you can use it in like block strings and corner combos and stuff. But, I mean, it's kind of hit or miss. It doesn't really do that much damage. It's almost 20% meterless, which isn't the worst that Rain can do. But I think mostly this is a utility move more than anything else. There might be some good combo routes where you can use it effectively. I just haven't figured them out yet if there are. But in addition to just going straight up, Rain can actually retreat. You see, he kind of moves back a little bit. And he can advance. So the normal one, he kind of almost just goes straight up. But with advancing, he goes more forward. And with the reverse one, with the reverse one, he goes kind of a little bit backwards. So nothing too amazing, but even still, you can use the backwards retreating one, if I could get it to come out, to make yourself even a little more safe. And you see the startup down there is 8 frames. It's actually really fast. So I think there could probably be some good zoning to this move. You might add this with Water Ball even to get some more zoning and get some more combo potential that way. I just really don't like not having Wave Dash. So I have it, not Wave Dash, but Tidal Wave. So I have it on all of them. Just because I really, really like that move. It comes out so fast and it's, you know, really good. So, so that's this move. And then in addition to that, we have one additional move. And that additional move is Riptide. So if you see, it's this kind of move where he puts his hand out and blasts them with a little bit of water. So basically it allows you to get a restand off of a combo that allows you to kind of be plus on block and continue your pressure. So say you were using Rain's fast mid string, which is this move. That of course is special cancelable, so you could, for instance, special cancel into Riptide for a restand. And then that kind of gives you more pressure that you can apply. So really it's just a good kind of restand for getting some pressure. You can also use it in other combos so that you get that instead of, you know, whatever knockdown. So you could do that. So this is really more of like a utility based set. I don't know if this one's as good as the other two. The other two just, they have Water Ball and they have Lightning, which are just such good moves. I think Riptide could probably be pretty good either way. Again, I prefer the Tidal Wave move, but Riptide could probably be good in conjunction with either of the other abilities, the 2-slot abilities, and be pretty good as well. So really, I recommend you use one of the two-slot abilities overall, but you know, maybe you want to get creative and use something nobody else is using. I think this is a pretty decent little combination of moves. You're not going to get a whole lot of big combo damage with these moves, especially because this move replaces the super kick, so you're not going to be able to you know, get any of that launcher damage. But all that said, you know, you can really kind of harass your opponent and really catch them off guard as well, using some moves that maybe they're not going to be so used to seeing. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Leave a like for this video. It was really hard to make. Freaking Rain's combos and abilities and stuff are not that easy to use. It took a long time to make this video because I had to really grind out some of this stuff so that I would actually be able to do it. So yeah, if you could leave a like, that would help me out tremendously. And we will see you again soon with another custom variations guide. Have a good one. Be blessed.